President Bongbong Marcos is back after a working visit to the United States, and the palace is also replying to Vice President Sara Duterte's criticism of the administration's response to the Middle East crisis. This report from mobile journalist Julie Baiza.
After a two-day working visit to New York City, President Bongbong Marcos is back in the Philippines. Malacanang highlighted that the president secured more than 2,000 job opportunities during his meeting with the U.S. Medical Glove Company, which is planning to build a plant in the Philippines to produce locally made essential medical supplies. The company's initial investment is expected to reach $200 million. The palace also reported on the president's appearance before the United Nations. Aside from campaigning for the Philippines to secure the non-permanent seat in the UN Security Council for 2027 to 2028, Marcos also called for de-escalation of hostilities in the Middle East, among others.
Hindi lang isa, kundi 2 beses. Una rito ay ang address para sa 70th session of the Commission on the Status of Women, kung saan tinalakay ng Pangulo ang kahandaan ng Pilipinas sa mga hakbang na mag-aangat sa kapakanan ng mga kababaihan. Sa pangalawang araw, nagbigay din ang Pangulo ng special address sa General Assembly ng United Nations. Bahagi ito ng kampanya ng Pilipinas upang maipanalo ang Pilipinas ang kandidatura para sa isang non-permanent post sa UN Security Council mula 2027 hanggang 2028.
Palace Press Officer Claire Castro had a retort to recent remarks made by Vice President Sara Duterte. In an interview in Davao City, Duterte had stated that foreign observers and governments had been predicting a major conflict as early as 2022. She criticized the current administration for what she described as a lack of swift action to brace for impacts like soaring oil prices and the need for mass repatriations. But according to Castro, if the vice president truly had verified information about the looming conflict from 4 years ago, shouldn't she have flagged it to the president or at least the Department of National Defense? At least, that's what a concerned official would do. By keeping this information to herself for when she needs it as a political "I told you so," Castro says the vice president could have committed nonfeasance and a breach of public trust.
So, kung siya may alam as early as 2022 at hindi man lang niya ito binanggit diretso sa ating mga kababayan, sino ang hindi nagtrabaho? Sino ang walang ginawa? Tandaan po natin, ipinagmamalaki niya meron siyang impormasyon patungkol dito. Hindi po ba obligasyon niya bilang Vice Presidente na ito ay ipaalam sa ating otoridad? Para man lang ang ating mga kababayan, katulad ng sinasabi niya, ay nakapaghanda. Kung hindi niya to sinabi, definitely, this is a breach of public trust.
The Palace Press Officer also had something to say about the VP's statement on the anniversary of her father's arrest. Sara said on Wednesday, March 11, that a lot of people had been angry since last year about Digong's turnover to ICC at The Hague.
Gaano karaming tao ang galit? Sa ngayon po, masasabi natin, ang ginawa po ng gobyerno, hindi lamang po ito para isalba ang sinuman. Ito rin po ay para sa mga Pilipino na siyang nag-file ng complaint. Sila mismo ang pumili na magsampa ng kaso sa ICC dahil sa naramdaman nilang walang hustisya sila natanggap noong panahon ni dating Pangulong Duterte.
Lastly, the palace insists it is not ignoring the warning about the possibility of Iran retaliating and attacking the United States. Based on the alert by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, a potential attack could be directed at California, where there are around 1.6 million Filipinos.
Kapag may ganyan po na mga impormasyon, kailangan din po talaga maghanda ang ating bansa para sa ating mga kababayan. At hindi po ito pwedeng isawalang bahala o tulugan. Kailangan po na maging alerto rin po tayo kung ano man ang mangyayari sa ating mga kababayan sa California.
Kapatid Mobile Journal Julie Baiza, We're One News.